All right, y'all, we hooking up a push button start today. Finna rig a little something. Let me tell you what you do. You get your electrical terminal kit, a pair of wire strippers, a push button start, and some wire. That's all you're gonna need for the most part. You're gonna need a socket or two, but that's gonna be depending on what type of starter you're working on. This one is gonna be for a 1989 Chevy 1500. So I'm gonna be using an 8 millimeter socket down on the signal wire of the starter and a 13 millimeter socket on my battery pole. Now, we're gonna get to it. Take your first string of wire, get your wire stripper, cut it off, put an electrical terminal on that bad boy. That's gonna be depending on what type of button you're using. The one I'm using, that was the connector that fit to it. Then you're gonna take that connection, use your wire stripper to crimp that connection down so it doesn't come off. Then you're gonna take another wire, do the same thing, and you're gonna connect both of those wires to your starter button, one on each side, each pole. It's gonna have a pole, and you're gonna connect it, screw it down, make sure it's tight, and we're gonna move on to connecting your starter wire and your battery wire. Here we go. Now we're down by the starter. So, like I said, we're gonna connect the signal wire of your starter to the starter switch. Every starter has a signal wire. Some might look a little different. Like I say, this one is going up on the, they're going to be pretty much in the same location on your solenoid, if you know how a starter works. If not, you can check out a video. I don't have one up right now, but I'll have one later. You can go check out a video, see how a starter works, see how a signal switch is, and that's where you would be connecting your wire, your first wire. So right now, you see I got my socket on. I'm getting ready to take off the signal wire. You see it's broken. So we're going to connect that to the starter button wire. So I'm taking that signal wire off. That loop is where it was connected to. The reason I'm going to be using that because I couldn't find a loop inside of my electrical kit box that would fit on that bolt. So we're just going to connect that wire that was already broken anyway. So we're going to take a connector, slide both ends into it. You see that blue connector? We're going to slide in both ends, and we're going to use that tool to crimp it down. And then you see we have it crimped down. Make sure it doesn't move.
One day I was riding along on my own mule, minding my own business, and I wasn't bothering the soul. So I see the raccoon and the possum.
All right, your next step is going to be to connect your signal wire. So you're going to run it to the back of the engine, going down to your starter. Make sure you don't get it on anything hot. You can use zip ties to tie it off to things so it doesn't touch and, burn your wire. Now, what we did here was use a stiff piece of electrical wire to connect to the piece that we're connected to the switch. Or we just taped it up so we can push the wire down into position. And right now, you see I'm getting the tape off of it. And after that, just get your helper to. All right, you can pull the other cord up. Just like that. And now we have our wire, and we're about to connect it to the signal bar. Off the starter.
I'm 300 plus pounds. It happens. Mm. I can dance with him. I can dance with you.
All right, so here I'm tightening down the bolt on the signal wire.
You don't got no tissue in here. Why your car only go to the first gear? Like you see a fly, bring that ass.
And y'all see we listen to them bangers. You know, this how you work, Gotta have that music pumping. Straight bangers over here. So now you see that wire is connected. And we can move on to the next step, which is the last step. Well, second to last step.
You gonna stop getting that fire beat though.
He indeed did not stop getting fire ass beats.
I don't care about fighting. I'm in Hong Kong. Nigga come and look for me. I'm in Hong Kong. I just went to the store and got a honey bun. My mama just called and got some honey son. I forgot what time it is. I'm in Hong Kong. If they looking for me, tell them that I'm Hong Kong.
Next, you're going to take the other wire coming from your starter button and you're going to connect it to the positive terminal of your battery cable. This is going to connect the signal to your starter and send power to the starter whenever you press the button in. Why the bit don't crank? That button better than work. There it is.